have special people, the members of the executive of Igbo Community Association in UK. The sparkling lady in our midst is the secretary, Deaconess Ijomo Heri. You're welcome, ma'am.
Thank you.
And then the chairman himself, Chief Ikechukwu Onyelike Akoma one of Akoma, yes. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
Okay, let's look at the issues we have, especially let's take from the ladies' angle. Now, we have a lot of complaints of marriage crisis among Igbos outside the Igbo nation. The divorce issue and other ones like that, that makes the family unstable, painting the Igbo nation negative. How does your association handle it over there?
Okay. First of all, thank you for having us. Yeah, as the secretary of Igbo Community Association, Wolverhampton, UK, in our association, we have a disciplinary committee. So when there are issues of marriage crisis, what we advise our members is to first of all seek support from the union, because we have eligible men and women who is going to look into the matter, advise you on the right thing to do. We don't encourage our members to first of all report their partners to the authority, report to the police first of all. No, we'll look into it, advise couple. It is normal to have misunderstanding. It is normal to have crisis in marriages. But the bottom line is, how was it handled? Forgive each other, except when it's got to do with life, when it's got to do with threat to property. That's when we advise to seek more support. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. Which means there's some measures you people take to curtail it. That's good. Okay, Chairman, Chief Uzodema Ikechukwu Oyelike. The association has been in existence, I know. How long has it been, and what were the objectives of the founding fathers? Have these objectives, have they been realized now that you are in charge of affairs?
Thank you very much. I also want to tell you that I'm happy to be here. And then this association, like you said, has been in existence since 2018, and its inception was brought about when some of the Igbo members, which I was one of them, we were work colleagues. So we saw the need for the Igbos to be together. Here where we live in the UK, the Asians, they have their groups. The Yorubas, for instance, they have their groups. So our objectives, first of all, were to bring together all the Igbo families in Wolverhampton, irrespective of their profession, trade, or religion. We also promote the spirit of brotherhood and the love for one another amongst members. Okay, we also try to enhance the image of the Igbos in United Kingdom and outside United Kingdom. Most importantly, to be good ambassadors of Igbo race in particular, and in Nigeria at large. So we have so many objectives. Now, this very thing, we have been doing our best. But like I've always said to my subjects, executives, and members, that we are work in progress. Nobody is totally complete. So we are doing our best to enhance all these things into practice. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, back to the secretary. The challenges of women, let's come back to it. The challenges, especially the women, over there. What are the ones that are so peculiar or outstanding? Is it issue of no job like we have here in Nigeria? Lack of maybe the family upkeep of children? What are the major ones that you can say, okay, whoever that is coming should have this in mind?
Okay, thank you for that question. When it comes to issues we have as women here in UK, first of all is parenting and child care.
Okay.
Because if you
Okay.
have a child who is under 10 years old, it is your duty to take that child to school, then pick up that
Okay.
child by the end of every school hour. So it is a challenge, because if you're a full-time mom and your husband is a full-time dad as well, it is going to be a challenge. Because like myself, I start off my shift at 15 minutes after 7 o'clock. Why my little girl that is under 10 years old, she have to be at school at 7:45 o'clock. So what I do is to make arrangements who is going to drop her off to the school, because before she goes to school, already I'm at work. So it is a challenge. And you can contract a childminder whom you're going to pay. Paying is you're paying a lot of money as well. Maybe, for example, you're earning 100 naira and you're paying your childminder like 60 naira to look after your child. So it's a challenge, because back home, we've got our families, we've got house helps, we've got cooks. But here you have to work as a team with your husband to make sure ends meet. If not for that, you're really going to struggle. In terms of job.
Okay.
Okay.
Go on.
Okay, in terms of job, it depends on your profession. Like myself, when I qualified as a nurse, I had my job 4 months before my qualification. So immediately I qualified, just I gave myself like 3 weeks. I started off my new career as a nurse.
Okay. Thank you. Back to the chairman. If there is any way we can measure the legacies the founding fathers left for you to continue, and what will be the legacies you will leave by the time you are leaving the office, by the time your tenure ends?
Well, like I said, when we talk about the founding fathers, I am one of the founding fathers. So,
okay,
irrespective of the fact that I'm not the first president, when we started this association, our first president did his best, as far as I'm concerned. Then the baton was passed over to me. When I was voted into when I was voted into this position as the president, I picked up few things that I felt that were primordial for us to marshal out. And so my legacy would be making sure that whoever that comes in, or the members, whenever they remember me, when I leave this position, they will say, yes, Chief Ike Onyelike Akoma, promised and he fulfilled. And I must have to tell you, I thank God every day about the executives that I have. They are very, very supportive. So they cued into my agenda. And by his grace, in 10 months in office, we have almost achieved everything promised. So that will be my legacy. That when I leave, they will say, he came, he saw, and conquered. Thank you very much.
And conquered. Beautiful. Okay, nurse, Deaconess, and the secretary, our secretary, Igbo secretary. Let's you are nurse by profession. What many Nigerians that are studying nursing here in Nigeria, they always aspire to take a flight immediately they graduate. What is so attractive about it over there that are not here? And then how did you make it so that others will learn? Give us some tips.
Okay, thank you for that brilliant question. As a registered nurse, I've worked with many of our Nigerian nurses. They are very, very amazing. Most of them are well experienced. And I encourage them, if they want to come over to UK to practice, that's fine. But bear in mind that the standard of practice here in UK, I believe, is quite different over there. Because here in UK, you are accountable for whatever you're doing. Your competence matters. Because once they come over, they go for their exams. After that exam, you are expected to practice. As a registered nurse, Then, according to the Nursing and Midwifery Council Code of Conduct, there are a lot of things that is expected of you as a nurse. You are expected to treat people fairly. You are expected to communicate, because among the 6 C's of care, the most important one is communication. Because you will communicate with your patient, you will communicate with your family, you will communicate with your colleagues. So it is very important. Like back home in Nigeria, we speak English. Here in UK, we speak English, but our accents are different. Because if you're communicating with a British, you're speaking your own English in your own way, and they are understanding it. Like if I'm communicating with my Nigerian sisters over here, they understand me better. But with a British or with somebody who doesn't understand your own accent, you have to communicate effectively, clear and effective communication. Then them coming over here to practice is very good. Sometimes they will tell you, oh, nurses, they're well paid. They're well paid. But the thing is, when you start practicing, that's when you will know if they're well paid or no.
Okay, thank you very much. Taking you back to the issue of bringing Igbo children up, because as a mother, mothers have that more responsibility than the fathers. How does Igbo Community Association in UK bring up Igbo young ones to learn Igbo language, the way to dress as an Igbo, eat Igbo food, and things like that, even Igbo values and customs?
Okay, thank you. Like in our community, Igbo Community Association, we'll have Igbo classes for our children. We'll have legible teachers. Their DPS, that's police reports, was scrutinized before they were employed to work as teachers in Igbo classes. Although it is free of charge, our children are well trained. In that class, they teach them how to dress as Igbo children. They teach them the culture and values of Igbos. They teach them our tradition, because we've got tradition. They are taught how to make our local dishes as well. They teach them Igbo language. At the end of every year, we gather as Igbos. Gather, have our iriji, have our end of year party. Then our children, they would display what they've been taught. Even the women and the men would display what we've been doing throughout the year. So Igbo Community Association is a very good place to be.
All right, thank you very much. Because of time, let's get back to the chairman. You are a leader, and then you have known what leadership is all about. What advice will you give when you look at Southeast, even the entire country of Nigeria? The issue now is insecurity of lives and property. What advice will you give the governors, politicians, and leaders in Igbo nation here in Nigeria, so that they will curtail? Those of you who are over there, you will not be afraid of coming home.
Well, first of all, yes, we're here, and I will never be afraid of visiting my country, Nigeria. That's the best place to be most times. And
all right,
to Nigeria first, all I have to say is, or tell the national leaders, is to have an equal distribution of the national cake. So there wouldn't be any group that would think that they are being marginalized. Then to our Southeast governors and leaders, create employment. Create employment, especially amongst the youth. Because when the youth are idle, doing nothing, they think about doing unnecessary things. And most importantly, they should tackle insecurity. Insecurity is really getting so deep into the eastern region, and that has made lives and properties, you can't plan for tomorrow because you don't know what will happen. So the most important thing, create employment, keep them busy, and then tackle insecurity. And I must say, the review or a second time of looking into Nnamdi Kanu's case will do a great thing. It will help a lot, because I think most people that are fighting for Nnamdi Kanu, or especially the youth, don't even know the reason why Nnamdi Kanu is there. So if it is reviewed very well, and this young man, Nnamdi Kanu, released, I think it will bring a lot of peace to our eastern region. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. At the same time, what's your last word, your final word to the Igbos, both in Nigeria and outside, and then Nigerians as a whole?
Well, my word to them is be patient. Be patient. I think things will get better. It might not be in this our generation, but sometime it will get better.
Thank you. And the Deacon Secretary, your word to the women, Igbo women, Nigerian women.
Okay, my word to them is to work hard. Work as a team with your husband. Work as a team with your children and make ends meet. Because without working as a team, at the end of it, or you might regret it. So be
Thank
a
you
good
very
boy.
much. Thank you. And so, dear viewers, this is where we draw the curtain. We'll get back to you very soon next time. God bless.
Yeah. Thank you.
The pleasure is mine.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks for having us. Yeah, bye.
Bye-bye.